Let's do it. You already got kids holding out, right? You already got guys playing and going, I ain't playing anymore until I get more money. So we become professional sports. Let's say it and let's act it, right? And let's stop the charade. The portal. How about we teach kids how to make a commitment and stick to it? All right, I get it. You want to leave. Fine. Leave. No penalties. How many times do you get a chance to leave? No penalties. Coach can leave anytime he wants. I can. I have a buyout. That's a great idea. Let's sign kids to a contract. Let's put a buy on it. Let's make it a business because that's exactly what it is. That would fix it. And let's have a salary cap, which I think this 20%, whatever it is. I think that's what it is, right? So they're getting close, but they got to start calling it what it really is and not be ashamed of it. Right? Kids aren't ashamed of it.
All right, welcome back to Them Guys Podcast, the only podcast that come from a real perspective. And I'm with my homeboy,
Greatness, MJ.
And my partner,
AC.
And we have a special guest today by the name of
Prez Art.
Yeah, first shout out to Prez. Thank you for showing up. The big game happened, the Final Four recap.
Hey, let me get this out the way. Only reason I rooted for Florida was because the way they treated Akeem Olajuwon after the game when they beat Duke. Because hey, AC, you ain't gonna believe this. I put my money on Duke to win, boss.
Yeah, because North Carolina wasn't in there.
Exactly. But I put my money on Duke to win. I lost that because Cooper.
Flag.
No, I gave him a different name. Cooper. Fucking white boy gave up and. You know what I'm saying? Lost the game for us. He lost 4 games this year against he's not clutch yet.
I mean, you expect a 17-year-old to be clutch, man. He supposed to been going to prom this year, and you expect him to be
First
Kobe.
LeBron ain't even clutch yet.
I was always clutch, you know what I'm saying?
And that's why you're here with us.
Yeah, back when they had black and white. But anyway,
But I know y'all saw the way they treated Akeem Olajuwon, though, right? That's big, man.
I didn't care.
You don't care?
I'm there to watch the game.
You gotta let him be on the court celebrate because he never won his title with Houston.
But like this, I didn't even know what y'all was talking about.
Okay, since you don't know, Akeem Olajuwon's trying to get on the court to celebrate with Houston, and this white security guard told him no, even though several people came over there and vouched for him. They still wouldn't let Olajuwon get on the court.
Young security guard or
old white man.
So he knew better.
Old 55-year-old white man pulling power ring.
Who was he securing? I mean,
you
he
know
was
why,
a team
right?
security?
I don't know. I think I want to say building security.
They were playing in San Antonio, right?
They were playing in San Antonio
because he served Dave Robinson ass up.
They ain't want no Nigerian scammers in there, so that's what.
But the old Hakeem would have smacked fire off him though.
You heard about what he did to
Maxwell, right? He lucky it was old. That's the only reason I was really rooting for Florida. Because I really wanted Houston to win at the beginning. Because I liked the Master P son on there. And they had all them 29-year-old kids on there playing. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Hey, my man's was, what was he? On the 2021 Baylor championship?
That's crazy.
Yes.
I like, man, Cooper was in grammar school.
It's crazy.
That's wild.
But it was a good game.
I thought you was going to say because of Joakim or something. I thought it was a Chicago connection or something.
I wanted Houston because of Master P son was on the team. You know what I'm saying? I thought that would have helped Master P later on recruit because he the AD at some JUCO school now.
Yeah, New Orleans College, I think.
And he got some JUCO 27-year-old who look like a killer.
Trying to get 4 years of college.
Yeah, I think I used to buy X from him.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a big deal, man. But the game was a great game, though.
It was some bad decisions, man. We'll get to that. I think one of the craziest things I've seen with these new players, like, bro, okay, you were locked in. You couldn't really, you was finna take a bad shot. At least take the shot, though. Like, that was just,
there you go.
Yeah.
That's scary, man. That's scary ball. Like, we're not at the wreck. Like, let the ball go. You gotta let it go, man. I know that they didn't give you the proper picks.
It's called they panicked.
Yeah, they really did panic.
But he was like the third option on the play.
It don't matter.
You got to shoot it.
You got to shoot it, man.
Sharp supposed to got the ball, though.
It doesn't matter.
You don't give the third option's not supposed to shoot the ball.
It doesn't matter.
What?
He's not used to that
it's
pressure.
College. They all practice that. It doesn't matter.
Who you want to shoot the ball, the light-skinned guy or Sharp?
I don't care because
Whoever's
guess what?
who got the ball last in the last
the
10
team-
seconds of the
the team shoots.
is.
The team shoots what 40%, 39% or something like that from three.
It's the same thing with Duke.
As a team.
No, it's the same thing with Duke. You want to Cooper Flag to shoot the ball, right?
But
I
guess
know
what?
you played in the Catholic League, and they said give it to
Oh,
the white
you
boy at the end of the game.
But,
Hold on now. Hold on
Exactly.
now.
Yeah. Disrespectful.
You can't. Hey, there would be no Catholic League
Exactly.
slander
Exactly.
at all.
You surrounded.
Oh man, my
Straight up.
bad.
He's publicly
Proctor probably played in the public league. That's why he can't hit free throws.
Yeah, that's probably right. But yeah, man, it was crazy that like even with the game before, where I got slandered on TikTok about Cooper Flag.
You talking about when dude said you shouldn't be talking about basketball because you did. Wait a minute, I want to read the comment.
Yeah, go read the
verbatim.
comment what he say. But look,
Verbatim.
first thing, I'm gonna let you know.
I loved it.
It was
I'll let
hilarious.
I'll let you know. My resume speaks for itself. I don't even gotta talk about it. My resume. I played in the Red South, homie. I don't know where y'all played. At, but yeah, my resume. I ain't win against the Simeons. You know what I'm saying? I
We
ain't
not.
win against the real
Fun fact. On our quest to the 2000 Prep Bowl, we didn't win, but we did spank Simeon at Gately. So I mean, that was a
football?
public school. This is football. So
I mean,
this is football.
You
well,
played
that
against a handicapped team.
Well,
This is public
I'm sorry
league
to say,
football. You know what I'm saying?
as private school kids, we can't talk about the CPS code. That's an easy smack anyway.
I mean,
it's like a practice.
That's a
It's
little
like
scrimmage.
Yeah.
Like half of them didn't even have equipment. You was playing people that didn't even have shoulder pads and stuff. So
No, they had-
public league funding is
No, they got it.
it's just like 20
They
years
got
old.
it. They got it. They just
But yeah, I thought it was a bad shot by Cooper Flag because he could have. Well, he took the best shot he could take. His man at the bottom, the center. I don't know what's wrong with these Africans. They don't know how to move out the way. They don't know the playbook. But
First off, man, I did that accessory. I'm like 25% Nigerian. It will be no African.
Where you think I came from? Where you think everybody from the room came from, bro?
50, I was like, there, 25.
So, like we talked about before off the air, I don't think it was a bad shot. It was the shot that you're going to get. I don't
He
know.
ain't made one all year, though. I know that's your team.
Well,
Yeah, he had two other situations where he choked it up. Four? I only know about two of them.
Well, on some of them, he didn't even get a shot off. The thing is, you get cut off. And we're talking about a 17-year-old kid. Could you name other college players that's knocking that down and getting the ball in it? My man's from Houston. In the finals, he can't even get the shot up.
And he's 26.
Wow.
He can't even get the shot up. So looking at that play, first and foremost, I think it wasn't a good idea to get the big man in the game because now you can't spread the floor out. The man, Cooper's right-handed, and the man that stood there on the right block.
He do got a left hand, though. He ain't like he's like his
No
left
one's
hand.
going left hand is not.
He ain't Nick Van Axel like his left hand, his right hand is
The only
disabled.
person I seen hit a game winner with a left hand was Kobe.
Oh, Kyrie, he did that nasty
Oh,
one
and
last year in
Kyrie.
the playoffs.
But he would have led in there with his left. He do his little spin, and well, he should have been as close to
I
the
still
basket
haven't
as
seen
possible.
you shoot with your left.
No, I don't
Dribble
shoot
with
with my
it
left.
either.
I dribble with my left, boy.
But yeah,
That's all. You know me. I'm ISO Lynn. What you talking about?
So for that shot on a 6'10", 6'11" guy, that's the best you're gonna get. That's the best you're gonna get, unless Buddy would have took his butt off the block. He should have never been in the game
I
in the
hate
first
the
place.
fact that it was short, though.
It was a bad shot.
You ever had a 6'10", 7'2" wingspan guy in your face?
Still short, though. He should have put him on
How did we get there though? I mean, like that
Thank you.
was
How did we
that's
get there?
The junior got to hit the free
collapse.
throw, please. The junior always
We
got to hit
get
the free
there
throw.
by
No, we was whooping him the whole
we
game.
get
though.
there by playing conservative off the bat. They're knocking
you
down
blaming
threes.
coaching?
Yeah, we knocking down threes. I mean, they're knocking down threes. Duke is, holding the ball, trying to get the easy bucket, the easy two. At a point in time, you got to start matching. You got to do something that's going to take you out of the atmosphere. Then you look at stupid turnovers. Inbound, you can't even inbound the ball. Throw it down the court if you got to. Doesn't matter.
Buddy did that last night.
Yeah. Then exactly. Then you see what happens when you're 26 playing basketball in college. You know what to do. You know what to do.
He should be in the coaching staff, let alone being on the court. But it was a lot of.
It was a really conservative game with a
Yeah.
bunch not just because they're older, but they're a more mature team and
They
they've
was
been there.
nervous at
And
first,
they've been
though.
there before.
Them grown men were nervous at first.
They've been there before.
whenever
At least
you
3 of them been there before.
Yeah, Houston's been in what? How many straight Final Fours or Elite Eights? They've been there before, and you can't let a team that's
What's
been there
Houston
before
coach name?
off the hook.
Kelvin
Sampson.
Samson, yeah.
Sampson. He was terrible, man. He was just standing.
Oh,
at the end
every
of the
coach
game.
that lose terrible.
He was terrible. No, he was terrible. Then he wasn't calling out plays. He was just standing.
How do you
there
know what
stuck.
he was doing?
I was watching the game.
You know they practice all the time, right? You think
He
they
just
don't know what
watching,
they,
though.
you don't think they don't know what they should be
at
doing?
least call out something. 1 down,
Guess
2
what?
up, pin down.
Guess what? He
give
did
me
the
a
same
screen.
thing against. He did the same thing against Duke, and what happened?
got
They
lucky.
won.
When
He got
you
lucky against Duke.
when you playing not to lose instead of playing to win, is gonna get you every time. You know, whatever that aggression is, whatever that intensity is, at 10 minutes, you know, in the first half, it should be the same when it's 10 minutes in the second half or 10 seconds in the game. You know, it's always play to win, not play not to lose.
Yeah, and that's what happened with Duke to me. They played
For sure.
conservative the last 5 minutes of the game. It wasn't. They went on. Houston went on a 10-0 run.
They had that dog in them. You saw them practices they be having. They just rolling
They
the ball on the ground.
They went on. They didn't even need the dog in them.
No, Houston practice like they in jail though, man.
They played
That's
that
too
county
much.
ball.
And they didn't
Yeah.
even need all that because for the
That's too
simple
much.
fact the other team just played conservative. They didn't come out there trying to when game was on the line to come out
They
there and try
still
to
lost.
kill
Then.
them.
I don't
So
care.
what was
it
the
is.
problem with Houston when they played Florida? Like they were like
They was
10 up.
whooping. Hold on, man. They was whooped. Houston was leading the game like 39 out of the 40 minutes, though. You know what I'm saying? It's just the last minutes. They didn't get a field goal attempt. That's what happened.
They
Florida-
don't have.
Well, I'm sorry. Houston, to me, watching that game, they were hanging on by a thread the whole game. Even when they went up by 12, they weren't doing anything to really pull away.
No, they should have
It
been
was
up
more. It was more of Florida.
No, they should have been up more.
Because this is why I said the Florida had how many turnovers in the first half? Like almost like what 5 to 8 turnovers in the first half, something like that.
Something crazy.
They were giving them the ball. Here you go. It wasn't that
Hold on.
if you look at the box score.
No, let me stop you right there though. Are you gonna try to blame the refs like everybody else?
No.
Say the games with ref differently because
No.
there's only 2 fouls in the first half, and then there was 22
No.
fouls called in
Because
the
that's like
second
me
half.
that's like me going back to the Duke game. I could say, man, they called a bogus foul on Cooper Flag. It is what it is.
But that's what they're trying to say about college ball now. Though.
Never put the game in the refs' hands. How about that?
Yeah, because the refs got parlays and they got to make money too.
Never-
So
Let's be real.
that's a fact.
Never put the game in the ref hands.
I bet
It should've
y'all
never
won't
been that.
run up on Jaylen Brown. He said any of y'all parlay motherfuckers
Hey, but
run up
Houston-
on him is on.
And I didn't watch a ton of Houston throughout the season. You know what I mean? But they didn't have any scores. It didn't seem like nobody was just taking it. Nobody was pause. Nobody was being that offensive
Exactly.
dog. You know?
That's what I'm saying. Florida was giving them all their chances with
Correct.
their turnovers. Because if you look at the box score, it's not like you look at the Houston box score and these guys are just killing. Their best player had what? 8 points?
Who for Florida?
No,
from
from Houston. Juwan Martin, their big guy.
Oh yeah.
He had like 8 points.
Crazy.
I mean, in college,
getting-
though, do you really need that much offense as long as you stopping the other team? Because, like, college be having some of the worst offensive players, and they be making it to the Elite Eight. Like, how does, like, teams like Wichita State, and I always bash them, but how do they make it to the Elite Eight with no real scores?
Because they had scores. 'Cause that's all they did
They
was shoot.
had
They didn't have no
one week,
they didn't
one
have,
year.
They didn't have no defense. They just shot the ball.
Yeah. And
Clearly, Anthony, Fred VanVleet, and them boys. That's all they did. Shoot the ball. Shoot it. Shoot it. Shoot it.
yeah, so y'all
Until
guess
somebody
you
put a
gotta
hand in their face and they say,
Yeah.
"Oh, what we gonna do?"
Oh, yeah.
Like Gonzaga, they can
Yeah.
shoot.
Yep.
You expect them to play some defense. Only way Gonzaga's winning if they outshoot you. Other than that, you done. They done.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, it's either one or the other with college. It's like you never have like, oh man, this is a crazy defensive team. And the offense is butter.
So hold on, it's like y'all not giving Florida any props though.
No, we're not.
Florida
Clay
get
Jr.
Florida
played a terrible game, but Richardson, what's his name? Richards
Yeah.
was killing. He kept him in the game. No, them 2 white boys played good.
Florida
Hall, one of them.
Hug, yeah,
Yeah.
Florida started scaring the hell out of me.
That Nigerian brother of mine, he did a
Jane-
little
Oh
something.
yeah, that's so cool.
January,
Yeah,
Florida
my
was
God.
on my radar.
You know,
'Cause they
everybody
were
that
just
take that
killing.
test is goes to Nigeria for some reason. I'm just letting you know. I ain't trying to say it's a scam, but everybody
It's
that
a
took it has been out of Nigeria.
I know.
The guy from Zimbabwe take the test. You're Nigerian, yeah.
the motherland. But I don't know, man. I give it up to Florida. We're not gonna take away from their
They a
win.
great team.
They're a great team.
Scary team.
They had a rough schedule, rough tournament getting in there. So I didn't even think they was going to make it to the Final Four.
They played in the SEC.
You think
Hands
Clayton
down.
Jr. is gonna be a lottery pick though now?
No,
I don't think so.
nah.
I like his game.
His
though.
stock went up because of the tournament, but for one, he's a little old, man. I don't think
Everybody in the game was 25.
Yeah.
That's the thing about college basketball. The older you are, unless you're doing something spectacular,
right,
don't even look for that lottery.
for sure.
You could be a first rounder and look at Don Connect. Don Connect for the Lakers. He went to Tennessee that 1 year, killed.
I think he's going to get a summer league invite. That's
he's gonna get
He's
drafted.
going to
He'll
get
get
drafted like
drafted.
late. If he get drafted in the first round, it's going to be late. It's going to be real, real late.
But that's what I don't get though. You drafting these 17, 18-year-olds with potential. You got this 20, how old is he, 24? His game is developed though. And
Well,
you see what he can be.
The thing is,
why not draft him then?
it's not developed because he's still in college at 23, 24 years old.
But you can see what his game can be though. He's going to be a slasher.
Look at
a
Cade
spot-
Cunningham.
I like Cade Cunningham.
Look at that. He got drafted in 21 4 years ago. He 23.
He an all-star now.
He's an all-star.
Yeah.
That's the talent.
You're not trying to
that you
get this
want.
guy almost 30 and say he's the guy now.
Right.
Speaking of 30,
And now we got to try to. Now he wants to get paid.
Yeah.
Speaking of 30, do you think it should be an age limit for the NCAA? Because it's
Yes,
like, man, this
for
is
sure.
getting out of hand. It's like
Yes.
Yeah.
people got like 3-4 kids
It-
now.
it's- the thing
You're
is-
starting freshman that's like 29. You know?
It's hard to put an age limit because there are some people that might just start school late. There might be that guy you find out on the street and like he gonna go play basketball.
Yeah, I saw
It
blue
should be
chip
a
too,
limit.
but I ain't think
It should
that
be a
we should
limit.
doing that in real life.
It should
like-
be a limit on how many years you can play college basketball.
Yeah,
I hear
what's
that.
that dude from North Carolina? He's coming back for his 6th year. What's his
What?
What's
Shoot,
his
there's a guy from BYU that's older than Luca.
Yeah, and he
Get out
had
of
his
here, man.
he was on his like
He's
5th
like
year.
he's like in his 7th or 8th
Oh
year.
yeah, he is in the 7 years.
The football player
Doing
from
what?
He's in
I think he finished in Florida.
yeah, Miami.
Miami. 9 years.
Ward,
yes.
I think he
Yup.
like 9 years.
He had like 3 medical red shirts.
Yeah.
I mean, something crazy.
Now in that instance, maybe some medical stuff going on.
I give that up. I get with you on that because I look at Paige Becker. Tore her ACL. She had a meniscus tear.
That's what I'm saying, medical.
Medical. I'll give that up.
But
But
you just keep going back to school, man.
yeah,
No,
then it's a
boss.
problem. Like I got my
On your
COVID
right.
here, and I got
Yeah.
this, and I got that.
At least don't be staying in the dorms. You going too
Like-
far, man. You still getting food cards and everything.
Like when they
You got your doctorate by now.
like they introducing the starting lineups. Graduate returning for his 2nd year. Like,
Super
no.
duper.
Yeah, no,
I get
boss.
it, but the thing is, I don't knock
Working the
them.
night shift at
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't knock them though because they're getting paid now. You know you're not gonna make it to the NBA, so why not just get
Go
the
to
college
Europe.
money?
I
But
wanna
why go to Europe?
Why go to
G-League.
Europe?
Why
You
go
get
to
paid here.
Europe? Why go to Europe? Yeah, when you get paid at
Go
home.
to the G League.
Now,
get
They
paid
paying
at
in the
home.
G League now.
do y'all think because of the NIL and because they're getting paid, do you think more blue chippers will stay a 2nd year, or you think it's over with?
I think what's the old girl? What's her name? Flo J or Flojo? What?
Flaw J?
Flaugier.
Flaw J.
They don't disrespect my black queen like that.
Oh, no
boss.
problem. Anyway, she coming back because the WNBA ain't making that much money. She making
and it
more
might
money
she
in
gotta come
college.
back. She's not a senior.
I know, but you know what I'm saying.
And-
She
and it
could
might be
go
a
to the
strike,
league and
though.
get some more money.
Yeah,
It might be a strike.
but
If they strike,
Angel
league-
Reese has set up a strike. Though.
Hey, if they do a strike, league is over with. Y'all might as well close the doors. 'Cause ain't nobody finna be wasting.
going
money.
back to what you're saying about the blue chip is coming back. For some of them, yeah, unless you're gonna be a top 5 pick.
Right.
Why? They doing it now. You got, was it big dude from Kansas that played for Michigan as well? He's going in his 7th year, I think.
and he's in the transfer portal.
What?
Yeah,
He's
been-
getting,
been in the
they're getting
transfer portal.
paid.
Right.
Is it AJ Store that played for Kansas too? Since high school, he's been on a different team. So he's about to go 8 years with a different team.
Wow.
Like, look,
That's
Rick Pitino said he's not
crazy.
even looking at high school players. He want transfers and people off the block. So you play the Rucker, you got a good chance to, make a college team.
Illinois team just got gutted and got better. Michigan team got gutted, just got better. Indiana don't even have a team. That's
Indiana
the sad
and
part.
Notre Dame don't got a team.
Yeah.
Because what's the old girl went to TCU? Forgot her name.
Olivia Miles.
Olivia Miles, yeah. She just left.
And she was supposed to be the third pick in the draft. She was
said
slated
she
to be
supposed
the
to be the
third
second
pick.
pick.
Yeah, second or third pick in the draft, and said.
But they said she making more money in
exactly.
college.
Yeah, they doing WNBA dirty on the
And they
salaries,
making
man.
$78,000, man.
Well,
Wow.
I don't blame. You got to go to the games first.
No offense if anybody making that money.
But you got,
that's some money.
but you got to go to the game. You got to go to the games first. People don't go to the games. They don't watch it on TV that much. Don't get the big TV deals. So you're not gonna get that money.
I think with the popularity, especially over the last few years, I mean, I see the vision for sure.
Yeah, but certain games though, certain games.
The UC, the Sky and the Fever at the UC, that's gonna be amazing.
The first one will be the second one. I don't know. They might say okay. Like how
been
long
there,
you
done
gonna
that.
be able?
How many layups you gonna take like after a while?
Yeah.
Like,
Like how long is that gonna
Hold
last?
on, but that's why the WNBA is putting more Clayton Clark games on national TV.
And you know what's gonna happen?
She has a great following.
You know what's gonna happen now too? Is gonna be if Paige comes out and has a great rookie year, it's gonna be the Paige and Caitlin show.
White girls.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Paige and Caitlin show.
I think Angel, the star power,
Angel has a star power, but not for basketball.
I think Angel. And
She's
she been in the lab. I heard she been in the lab. Right?
she got an OF out?
Mike sent, no, it's crazy. Greatness sent me a couple clips of her layup game. Man. She got some work to do, but I
She
feel
been working
like,
out with Lisa Leslie, right?
yeah, you know, if she
getting
puts in that work, and that's the thing, you know,
I like that
if
part,
she
yeah.
works extremely hard, you know, because she still, she not that young.
But this is the thing about the WNBA though. It doesn't matter how hard you work, how many people you see as the comeback player or the what's that rule? What's that reward you
Most
get?
improved.
The most improved. You don't really see that at WNBA. It's
Yeah, because they still
you either exactly. And you either got it in that league, you either got it or you don't have it.
yeah.
It's
Hey, but
just
what's her name
cutthroat.
taking the Angel Reese approach? Haley Van Lit. I think that's her.
Oh
Lit.
no, you talk. Actually, it's
I
the other
don't
way.
think she got it, bro.
No, but she trying.
Truth be told, it's the other way around.
She on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Look.
Now she's the all about the physical and the attraction.
But she's taking the little sexy approach
Yeah,
though.
she's been like that since her freshman year.
Oh,
She's been doing that stuff since her freshman year. So she came in.
What's the site name? Oh, my
She
bad.
trying to show off the body because she's been famous like that. Her boyfriend, if they still together, I know
Jalen
they.
Scruggs.
Yeah, they've been together since they was in high school. They hit college.
But he been in the league for a couple years.
Yeah, because he did 1 year.
Okay. In my mind, you said in the league, Jalen Scruggs, I'm like pedo.
Orlando.
Yeah.
That
Same
was
age.
it.
Same age. They're
Okay,
like 22,
okay,
23.
okay.
Yeah, man.
You gotta
Yeah,
remember.
Orlando.
Yeah, you gotta remember. 18 after that freshman year, they up out of there.
All right, okay.
So you think all of them should do that? Because I'm ready for the Brittany Griner one. Y'all
Wait a minute, what?
Y'all not ready for that one?
Nah,
No.
nah,
You on your
nah,
own.
nah.
Oh, okay, me and KD, I guess. But
KD looked like he almost punched her one time.
he was trying to kiss her.
Was trying to kiss him.
Yeah, came hung from like,
Hey, sweetheart, I knocked
hey.
you out. I knocked you out, sweetheart. What bad? So, back to college. Do you think the transfer portal stuff is hurting the game or like improving the game?
I think it's killing the game.
In what way?
The college basketball game used to be something fun to watch. You used to love to see these teams combine and work hard and do everything. Now, no one cares. They just care about that money.
Okay,
You
that's
ever
it.
see? You don't even see players crying no more. Let's just get paid. You see, that's affecting the coaching. Now your good coaches are leaving. These players, you can't even get used to them because every year they go to a different team.
But coach has been doing that since forever, though.
But coaches could get fired. Players can't.
Players can get
Players
fired
get
too.
fired. They gonna tell them, I bet they tell them
Take
to
your
go to
damn
transfer portal.
scholarship.
You can tell them.
I'll
no,
take your
that-
scholarship, you done.
No, but who gets their scholarship taken? You mess up to get your scholarship taken. You mess up. Coaches get fired. That's their job. That is the coach's job. So if it's like that, then if you want to talk about it's like that with the coaches, make the kids sign a contract.
I think they should sign
Make
a
him sign a
contract,
contract.
like something like maybe like a
And guess
2-year
what?
deal.
And you know what happens
Yeah.
when a coach wants to leave? A coach has to get also a buyout sometimes, depending on where
Yeah,
he's
but
going.
the NBA should buy out the contracts.
Not the NBA, the
kids
other
going-
colleges.
Yeah, that makes
Truth
sense.
be told, if it was up to me to break this shit down,
2-year contract.
you got to sign a contract.
And that college you
At
want
least-
to, they got to pay
At
us
least
some money.
2 years. If you want to take a kid from Iona and take him and put him on Duke, you got to pay that school for that kid. You should have to pay. Because that's going to make some options now.
And
Because-
they're really not doing the NIL. It's more like a collective crap because NIL is supposed to be like, I'm famous, a famous player. I should be getting money outside of the school,
No, they just
not like
paying these
fundraising. This dude to come to
Boosters.
the school, all this booster crap. Like that's not NIL.
Also, you should be able to the transfer portal without sending out a year
Hey, what
one
movie
time.
was that? The program where they really show you what
Yeah,
Yeah.
the program, that was a
College was
classic.
about- Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
classic.
And Blue Chips when Anthony Hardaway was like, "Yeah, can my mama keep the house? No,
Yeah,
your
no.
mama can't leave, keep the house. If you leave the program,
It was
bro."
just
That
one game.
And to that, I think that is the benefit of the NIL because, you had the Reggie Bushes of the world that got the Heisman strip. You had, I think, Eric Dickerson had some issue. A lot of these athletes from the past
My
had.
boy from Ohio State, he got popped for selling his own shit.
The QB, yep.
Yeah, Pride, Terrell
traded
Pride.
it for a tattoo.
Yeah.
So I think from that standpoint, I rock with it. Now what is it doing to the game? Ultimately, I don't think it's necessarily doing it a service, but I think the NCAA and, these boosters in these schools have been getting over for so many years.
Yeah.
It's about time that the players and athletes.
I'm
got
happy to
something.
get it paid, but the way it's happening, I don't really care for it. Like
It's too wild west
there,
right
there
now.
was there was a football player that left. I forgot what school he left.
UNLV.
Went to Iowa. No, he went to Iowa. This is a lineman. He left his school to go to Iowa. Got paid $200,000 from Iowa before the season left. Transferred back to his other school.
And old boy from UNLV, apparently
The quarterback. Yeah,
so
I
I think
remember
they
that.
they promised him one amount
They
and
didn't
didn't get it. He like, hey, I'm gone.
That's what happened at Florida State too with the ACC. It was the basketball players.
You
They
said
told me
they
it was going to give them $4 million or something like that.
Yeah, no.
No,
And it
sir.
happened with a Florida State quarterback. He's like on his third team, just chasing the bag. He just hasn't played really. He chasing the bag. I'm like, so it's taking the fun out from. And I put it like this: we not playing the game.
So they're not.
but-
So wait a minute. So they're not amateurs anymore then. They're
Yeah.
semi-pros then.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So they should be able to cut them and let them go. They should be a whole
Fucking
contract.
trade him. Trade their asses if
Hey.
you want to. Hey, you on Kansas today? You been playing shitty, man. We got you here to put up 18. You putting up 9. We train your ass at Chicago State, man.
There it is. Ooh, Chicago State just got a football
Yeah.
Yeah, football
program. Shout out
I
CSU.
thought that was
Yeah.
fake news when I saw that.
That's
Yeah, they finally hired the
that's
coach.
real.
They hired the coach. What, yesterday, day before, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great waste of
Yeah.
time. But yeah, so but yeah, shout out to Chicago State. I'm just making fun of y'all. But yeah, that's good for the community. But speaking of that, with the transfer portal, like if y'all was like say over the NCAA, what would be your rules to kind of like control it and keep it structured? Because you want to get people paid, but you also don't want to have all this like crazy division between these teams.
2-year contract, buyouts. Same thing with the coaches. Give me a 2-year contract, buyouts. You want to go somewhere, have that other college pay for you to buy you out.
Should that happen sometimes
Simple.
already?
Or have that booster. It's probably gonna happen with Memphis though, because Memphis got money. I've been hearing about Memphis on the low. Anthony Hardaway got them real life oil fields down there or something going on. He finna get a
Didn't his son transfer from the school?
Yeah.
Like, how much bad of a coach you got to be to have your son transfer from
But
you?
these kids don't want to be coached. That's why these NBA coaches getting fired. These AAU coaches you have to cuddle these
Coddle them,
kids.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't coach these kids real hard anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah, because and that to me, the best players are the most coachable players. Not just want to be coached.
They gonna
but-
stay though.
Yeah, but not just want to be coached, but want to be coached hard.
Look at the Florida team that's won a championship. None of them was ranked. I think some of them was ranked like 200 and 131 in their classes.
But they're 25
that's-
though, playing fucking 17, 18-year-olds though.
Well,
Boss.
no, Florida, 2 of their starters only played 4 years there, played 4 years. They played one played at Iona for 2 years, then played for Florida for 2 years. The other guy played for FAU. I think he was the only one on his 5th year. The rest of the starters were sophomores.
You know who was the best player to Florida to me? Richards. I like this game, man. He remind me of myself a little. Just playing in the cut.
Somebody get his game tape somewhere, man.
It
doesn't exist.
But like you were saying about the transfer portal, I think after your first transfer, you're good to go anywhere. If you want to do it again, you have to sit out a year. If you decide to become
sit out a year? No.
No, because it's messing up the game, just jumping and jumping and jumping. First of all, you're not gonna be able to do that if you make it to the next.
Now I don't believe the timing is good.
First and foremost, they jumping to make more money.
There's nothing wrong with that.
They jumping to make more money.
We in a capitalist society. Ain't nothing
They
wrong
jumping
with
to
that.
make more. Why you think Rick Pitino ain't looking for a freshman? So that's like you having a son. He's the
I just
number
don't
one
like
player.
the timing of it. You can't jump as soon as we lose the game, no, fam.
It doesn't matter. They're gonna
You know
jump
what
the
I'm
day
saying?
after, jump
Or
it
jump
doesn't
while we
matter.
still in the playing in the NCAA
But
tournament.
I think it needs to go back
because you
to
had
that.
30 against Kentucky.
Yeah, that was
Now
the,
you finna jump in the transfer portal and get some bread. No,
that
boss.
was the
That's
biggest
crazy.
problem to me when Scottie Pippen's son was trying to leave and it was in the Sweet 16 or something like that, and he was just
But
trying to leave.
his
in the middle
mama
of
might
time.
be dating a player though, so you never know.
Yeah, but yeah,
You never know.
I think you should
He
have
might
to-
want to leave the school.
I think after
You know
that
what I'm
first,
saying?
I think after that initial first jump, if you want to jump again right after, you got to sit out a year like you used to,
No.
you used to. And
It's
then
not.
if you're after you graduate, you're a 5th year senior, go wherever the hell you want to go, do whatever. You graduate, do whatever.
It's got to be something because I don't think that right now is surely not the vision that they had, and I don't think that it's in the spirit of what it was created for. You know, as far as being able to capitalize on a brand deal or working with a business partner more so. I think where the waters are getting a little bit murky is with the collective. The collectives and the boosters at these schools that are just raising these big pots and they just throwing the money at them. And if I'm a person that's not a lottery pick, I'm trying to get every dollar I can. Or if if I'm not gonna get drafted, I'm trying to cash out. But the game is suffering in the meantime.
Man, what happened to the days when you could just go to Tech U, you know what I'm saying, get some Chick-fil-A, couple white girls, and you go to the school and you do your thing. Well, I got to give you a whole contract, $1 million, give you a house, get you a Maybach. Like, come on, man.
And that's the thing for a person like me that love college basketball. I think the one way to fix all this, let these kids go straight to the NBA. I know it sounds bad the way I said it. You're going to phase out the motherfuckers that can't cut it in the NBA and that going to college. If you look at college early 2000s basketball, 2000, 2001, 2, 3, and so on, those are the best fucking years when kids wasn't forced to go to college. First and foremost,
We
you
lost
had
so many good players,
first
though.
and foremost.
Jonathan Bender was a good player.
But guess what? That ain't my fucking problem.
He was trash.
That ain't my fucking problem.
Yeah.
You 18, you grown. Out of there.
Who else was trash?
You decide to go. You decide to take your ass to the NBA.
I mean, Eddie Curry didn't do that well.
Eddie was trash.
You smoked too much of that hydro blunts. That's why you got that heart.
Eddie played
much sour.
like
I was
10,
on the
11
block
years
one
though.
day.
He
Eddie
did.
pulled up.
His career was not a failure,
was a
but
failure.
I think that was an
He made
example
bread.
of.
I'm talking more like those players that you think they're gonna be somebody, or they think they're gonna be somebody. They get drafted and you never hear from their asses again. Those kind of players, you phase them out. If you remember college players, there was players that had to go to college. JJ Redick had to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
There's players like that was fun to watch. Joakim Noah had to go to college to get better. Al Horford had to go to college, and that's when those teams were fun. College was fun.
You think D Rose needed to go to college?
Nah, he could have went straight to the league.
No, he could have went straight to the league.
For sure.
He really wasn't eligible for college, but that's
Yeah.
a whole nother story. But
Yeah,
That's
Don't
that.
disrespect my shot town go
the
like
whole
that.
that whole
I forgot you took the test for him. My bad.
that whole 2007 McDonald's All-American team could have went to the league because most of them made it to the league.
Remind me who was in there.
Kevin Love, Eric Gordon, OJ Mayo,
Okay,
Westbrook a part of that?
James Harden, and he was ranked lower. And the list
they had
goes
some
on and
killers
on.
in
Yeah,
that,
it's probably one of the best ranked classes ever.
OJ Mayo got to be pretty pissed off. I mean, He got kicked out the league for weed. Nice. Roll up.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think it was a little more mayo on the plate, and he was trying to say, "I don't think you just get kicked out for weed." A little cocaine, but speaking of NBA, let's talk about the thing that happened today that just erupt everything. These two coaches getting fired. Do the NBA know what they're doing now? Do they know they got like playoffs?
Players run the league, boss. That's all it is.
So they hurt somebody's feelings, and now you fire them?
And that's the problem with the NBA today.
AAU.
Everybody love player empowerment. It sounds good, but people think, man, is this a bunch of white men trying to keep the black man on a leash? Well, player empowerment happened, and motherfuckers hardly watch the NBA like that no more.
It's wild.
I blame y'all GOAT.
Yeah.
Who's y'all?
Y'all GOAT. Y'all GOAT.
Blame it on y'all,
The
bro.
GOAT is the GOAT.
Yeah,
Straight up. You feel me?
Y'all GOAT. Y'all crybaby GOAT.
That's the thing. Everybody
LeBum.
is like everybody was rooting. Yeah, player empowerment. Yeah. It's good to a certain extent, but you forgot these players make millions and millions of dollars. Yeah, these owners make billions, but a lot of them been making it for years.
And these players are stupid. Let's get real. Like, they don't know what they're doing, bro.
Exactly.
Like, you crybabies, bro. Like,
Exactly.
come on, man.
Yeah.
Now you used to see player empowerment would have worked better in the 90s and early 2000s when people wasn't getting paid.
When people went to school for 4 years.
200 million. It's hard for you to tell me what to do when I'm on the bench and I'm making 30 million.
The minimums is crazy.
Michael Porter Jr. contract is crazy.
Yo.
And granted, he could go somewhere and be damn near the first or second option, but he's
don't
not
play no
that.
defense.
He's
Not him.
He can't.
Michael
don't
Porter
play no
Jr. is a
defense.
bucket, bro.
Yo,
He a
What do you
bucket.
play no defense?
I don't know.
They don't play defense.
They don't play
He's a-
defense.
He's the third. If on a championship team, he's a third option.
But on his own team, he killing everything.
Oh,
You got to remember where this guy was in high school.
He
and
could have
in
Washington
college.
Wizards and be an all-star.
There you go.
13 games.
There you
He could have
go.
Washington Wizards be an
And
all-star.
Guess what? And get paid Bradley Bill money. And
That's
later on
right.
be a
One-
third option.
I'm going to make one comment. Jordan Poole should not be the man on anybody's team. What he doing out there? I ain't seen.
He doing and
But
one
this is
high shit,
Hey,
though.
that's how media gets you, though. Because no one in Washington ever said Jordan Poole's our guy.
Jordan Poole, like he at the ruck.
They never said Jordan Poole's our guy.
Jordan Poole see a baddie in the crowd, it's on. Clear it out.
The Washington Wizards don't have a guy, that guy.
Nah, man.
Jordan Poole look like he playing NBA 2K and he trying to get his points up or something.
Was it
DC or
Kuzma?
something.
Was it Kuzma?
Everybody
Kuzma
on
got
that,
traded to Milwaukee.
I'm saying, was it Kuzma? Though?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
Kuzma
telling you,
was
they
there.
don't have a guy because every other day there's a guy that's the news, for the week scores the most points. The guy is the guy you go to. He's going to average 20-something points per game. He's going to get the ball at the end. They don't have that. It's
that was
every
Bradley
night.
before.
Every night it was somebody else. Every night it's somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody could have got their rocks off there. Jordan Poole only averages like 14 points per game.
Didn't
think he
Westbrook
almost
have
like
a
a
good year there
dub.
for a sec? He was like
I don't
that for
think
like
it's-
1
I don't
year.
even think it's a
18-ish.
dub.
I think he's somewhere up there. Yeah, Russ was there for like a half a season. Man, Russ done been a little bit everywhere.
And
in his
average
last
a
few
triple
years.
double in that when he was there too.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Westbrook
It's
trash.
ugly ball. It's really ugly ball, man.
Mike, we're gonna act like we didn't hear you say that.
But the Mike Malone situation, though, I
He missed
was
that layup, cost Mike Malone his job, though. No, you better call him Michael Malone. He a snap on you, don't call him Mike.
Hey man,
He
I
snapped on that
don't.
reporter that day. I'll never forget that.
No.
He snapped super hard.
It's like Stephen A. is snapping at LeBron from 30 miles away, Mike.
But like you said, I don't get that Mike Malone, and I don't get that the Memphis coach either.
It's
I
the
don't
players.
It's the players. Yeah.
Y'all didn't want to play for him no more, I think.
That's nice. You do that after the season.
Here's the thing, man. I don't think you should have. I mean, yes, you're a franchise player, but you have zero hardware, zero MVPs. I mean, I get it because obviously, as a front office, you want to keep your guys and your guy happy. But I mean, when is it gonna stop, bro?
I think these teams be want to lose because it costs a lot of money to keep a championship team together. I think they really do want to be like tanking and rebuilding.
That's why you look at it's the baseball factor. Other than these big teams, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Red Sox, when Kansas City wins in baseball, wins the World Series, everybody gone because everybody's going to come to the game. There's nothing else to do in Denver except go to the Rockies game, go to the Avalanche, or go to the Nuggets game. So, AKA, if you want to see some, or you go to the Broncos game,
Get the moonrise.
but it's cold as hell. It's cold as hell. If you want to be inside and actually see some athletes, AKA some niggas play, you got to go to the NBA game.
But the reason they traded, supposedly one of the reasons they traded Luka, because they want to pay him $500 million.
I got my own feeling.
But I'm just saying,
I
I'm just saying though, they don't want to pay these guys. You paying this guy $300 million, and you want to keep him happy, so you fire the coach who you pay only like, not saying it's a little money, but you just paying him $20 to $30 million, so you don't care about him as much.
I got my own
as this guy
feelings
you
about
want to
that.
keep happy though.
About that Luka trade, I got my own feelings about it. I think it's more of an NBA push. You need one of the best guys, which
And then hold on,
It's the Lakers
ranked number
conspiracy,
and they
bro.
probably
on
fired.
the top
Hold
10.
on, and they probably fired Mike Malone too. This is my own personal feeling. They trying to get LeBron the 5th ring because Mike Malone know how to stop LeBron and Luka.
You going deep into the conspiracy
you
bag.
know what, Mike? I said that to my guy earlier. I said, man, they fired the Memphis coach, they fired Denver's coach. They making it easy. The two teams the Lakers struggle with,
Exactly.
they just lost their coaches.
Exactly. They trying to make it so
Hey,
easy for LeBron to get a ring.
Lue get fired this week. Do you know it's a conspiracy?
Now that's who they gotta watch. Now the Clippers, I feel like the Clippers are gonna make some noise
In the playoffs?
In the playoffs, I'm not saying
I
they're
don't
gonna win the
trust
They
chip.
healthy at the right time. They finally
Yeah.
healthy, so
I don't trust Kawhi being healthy though, man.
Hey man,
I trust
put him in
Kawhi.
some bubble wrap right now. Let him chill into the playoffs.
He just played his first back-to-back
His life is bubble wrap.
games in 5 years or something.
Hey,
cuz.
he looking good. He looking
was
solid.
cashing them boys in.
His first back-to-back in 5 years though.
Who cares?
He looking solid though.
The NBA is different now.
You can't trust Kawhi, man.
The NBA is different now. It's different.
James Harden been balling. It's not Houston James Harden though, but he's getting the back.
Yeah, because he got to get the ball now. He's still putting up 21 and 11. And you was right. Jordan
All right, let
Poole
me get
put
you
up
on the
like
spot
20
then.
points.
Okay, let me put you on the spot. Who you got in the playoffs then?
to win the
Yes.
ring.
Yes.
Ooh, appreciate you putting me on the spot.
Yes.
I have the Cleveland Cavaliers.
The FUCK.
they solid
got
though.
him.
This
I got
nigga
him.
crazy.
They solid
cuz.
though. They can make it
got
out the
Cleveland.
East.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now,
got
fans.
Cleveland.
His eyes are red. I don't know what he smoked today. You know what I'm saying?
A lot.
Man is hot.
Don't get it twisted, but
Okay.
hear me
right.
out. Hear
I
me
got
out.
Cleveland and Denver.
There it is. I mean,
Well,
Cleveland,
before the coach getting fired, so I got to see how that's going.
look at what they have.
AC was late today, so I don't know what he did before he got here.
Cleveland has
Right.
elite scorer in Donovan Mitchell. They got
Cleveland cannot
size.
beat Boston,
they
bro.
got shooting. They got defense. Tell me where their weakness is.
Also,
Can Cleveland beat Boston?
yeah.
Yes.
Also,
who
what's
Boston
the-
is super vulnerable.
Could I put it like this? What's the last team to go back to back to the finals?
Boston gonna shoot 75 threes.
What's the last team to go
Right.
The
back
whole
to
league
back?
Golden
shoots
State, I
bad
believe.
threes.
What's
No, they shoot 75.
What's the
threes.
last time the team went back to back to the finals?
Probably Golden State, LA. That's a
Yeah,
long time.
this thing how many years?
LeBron.
This thing how many years ago that was?
It's a new day. Shit
Yeah,
happens every day.
yeah. The only way Boston is going to the championship.
I'm not
If
talking
LA,
to them two high motherfuckers.
if LA is going to if LA is
Who you
going to the
got, Lil?
championship.
I got Boston and the Clippers for the finals.
The Clippers, his eyes are a little red.
They
too,
fired.
man.
They set it up.
I don't
man.
know what's wrong with these guys.
They set it
over
up.
here,
It's
man.
either the Lakers are not going.
I ain't got the Lakers
If the
either.
Lakers go, Boston goes. That's the only way that's happening.
So you think it's for marketing purposes?
Of course, it's been like that in every single sport this year.
Wow.
Yeah, if the NBA pulling their little thing, then
Football did
it's
it.
gonna be Lakers.
Baseball
and,
did it.
Boston.
WNBA did it. They all did it for marketing.
So you don't think it would be now this is just my opinion. I think it's personally gonna be Boston. OKC. I think
Yeah,
Boston.
we gonna
I
stop
think
talking to you.
Boston- I
OKC
think
for the
Boston
West.
is gonna repeat.
They're
No,
gonna do OKC like they did Jordan. You gotta lose about 4
No.
straight before they before they let them be legit.
No.
They
The
not
thing
just gonna
about
let them get in that
wait.
thing.
You would take LA over OKC, and I don't know what the path
Yeah.
looks like.
The Clippers or the Lakers?
Lakers.
I'll take the Lakers over OKC.
I'm not. I ain't.
And
taking
this
that.
is the reason why. OKC is a very good team, but we've seen a team like that before. Houston. They have a great player with a bunch of role players. If
J-Dub.
if Shy,
They got a bunch of role players,
if Shy right now
I like
can't score,
Chet
Shy right now can't score under 30. That's bad.
That's not his game.
If he scores under 30, they're gonna lose.
He's gonna get over 30.
He's gonna lose. But guess what? We see this with the Lakers. Between Austin Reeves, LeBron, and Luka, that's 85 right off the bat. That's 85 points right off the bat. What you doing with that? Then you got the other role players. They're gonna get this. Lakers won how many in a row before? They just dog walked OKC.
Did they sign their
That's a
new
fluke.
deal
They play
yet?
tonight. Watch.
They sign their new
I don't think the Lakers gonna play their starters.
They dog walk OKC almost every time they play. It's a bad matchup because they got that one player.
Lakers don't play defense that well, though.
Well, no one plays defense until the playoffs.
Facts.
No one plays defense because we look at teams like, oh, they suck, but for some reason, why they in Game 7?
Preston High, AC late, them got glasses. OKC in 5.
Okay.
You said the fan ball. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Boston not repeating though for sure.
Boston is repeating. I believe in Jaylen Brown and Tatum and what's the white boy? Porzingis.
That hardly plays.
They
Don't
saved
you
them
say
for the
that's like
playoffs.
goofy ass injury, like some fucking
Holiday-
clown foot's injury or
Holiday's
some
not
shit?
Holiday's not that fully healthy.
They saving them for the playoffs.
So they say.
That's what I believe.
One thing I
believe
like
they
about
saving them for the
Cleveland,
playoffs.
the reason why Cleveland is good to me is because they do something no one else does. They play two big men. They
Real
play
big men.
true big men, and their bench got some fucking dogs on
I'm gonna
it.
tell you this. I hope Dallas gets in and play the Lakers and knock them out.
House ain't going nowhere.
Dallas is stupid
Swear to
for not
God.
tanking.
They need to just give up. Like
they
this-
not.
Speaking of the NBA, what do y'all think about this upcoming draft? Who do you guys look at your top picks?
it's only 3 people. That's it.
I don't
Cooper
care.
Flag,
I don't care about those two.
AJ and Harper. That's
And that's
it.
the reason why I bring it up. You want to know something about why I feel about Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey?
It's the top 3 picks. That's what you feel about.
Facts.
I said Cooper Flag number 1. Then after that should be Trey Johnson,
It should be Trey Johnson.
and it should be Jeremiah Fears. Then everyone else.
Why nobody like Trey Johnson in here?
Trey Johnson is a beast.
A beast. You know I don't even agree with him, G.
He might be the rookie of the year.
It's Cooper Flag,
Over Cooper.
AJ,
It really
and
depends
Harper.
on where they go,
That's
though.
it.
Because
In
once
that order.
Cooper plays a round ball thing. He's getting everybody involved in doing that. This guy's a dog.
It depends on where everyone goes.
Let me tell you
though.
something about Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey. I seen something that I've never seen before. 2 perennial freshmen on the same team and barely could scratch 500.
Yeah.
In
They
college,
play for Rutgers, man.
In college basketball, but it doesn't matter, Lim.
How much
I,
they
I,
get?
I watched Jimmer Fredette play for BYU and carry them to the tournament. Name another player on that team.
It's white privilege. Anyway,
But no,
It's
but we're
Ace
being real.
Bailey, Harper,
But what?
Cooper, whatever you want to say. Cooper Flag is the
But my
first
whole
number 1
thing
pick.
is with them. What did they do to say, oh, they could carry your team? They could do this. They could. Those 2 together couldn't even make the tournament. I'm not saying they had to win. Jeremiah Fears. Name another person on Oklahoma. You can't.
I like Jason Richardson.
carried
son,
him.
though, Jace.
He's not gonna get picked.
Michigan
Oh, he
State,
a
right?
lottery
Yeah.
pick.
Exactly.
He a lottery pick. He get buckets.
That's my whole thing with those 2.
You see him in the 25th pick. Thank you.
No, I like guys that get buckets though.
Exactly.
Ain't that-
And win while doing it.
I heard on sports radio they thinking that the Bulls might get Jason Richardson's son.
Depending where.
I hope the
depending
Bulls
where the
lose
draft-
in the play-in. I hope the Bulls fire Billy Fake Donovan.
Nah.
He's
Just
not a Hall of
anti-coach,
Famer.
bro.
Yeah.
Chill.
Just got in the
Yeah.
Hall of Fame for some
For Florida.
Florida, yeah. So they ain't
He
fired
ain't
him.
an NBA.
Billy Donovan needs to be the coach of the year.
Look what he's doing
For
with the
what?
Bulls. So look what he's doing. What he got.
Come on.
Man,
I mean,
Who's your
I'm-
right.
Who's your
I'm
best player?
exaggerating.
They
You don't
have
even know who the
7
best
point
player
guards,
is.
bro.
Cody.
What on Wednesdays? Didn't
Cody
Bazile-
White.
didn't
Cody White's
Bazile
good
say
on
one day?
Wednesdays. Giddy.
He
He
had-
just hurt.
Look, The
He
Bulls
has-
have 7 point guards.
He
man.
got Patrick Williams actually looking like NBA players.
Patrick
That's
Williams
America.
is trash.
I know.
He
right?
got him looking like NBA players.
Good point.
Yeah,
He should be in the G League with Bronny.
exactly. That's why. And I hate the Bulls. And I think Billy Donovan should be coach of the year.
No, he don't.
He's
Five.
the coach
The
of the
man
year.
can coach ball.
Yeah.
You can't debate that. You know.
I know he
I'm
was.
not anti-coach. I just think Billy Donovan should have been fired, though.
Nah, for what?
For what?
He's not a good coach to me, man.
No one's a good coach to you.
Who's your favorite coach?
Bobby Knight.
Oh,
Bobby
Thank you, God bless you.
Bobby
Good night.
Knight get you in there, boy. Come here, boy.
Bobby,
You had an abusive childhood.
hey, Bobby Knight still runs
When
motion
coach hit
offense.
you with a chair.
They had to kick him out. They had to kick him out of Indiana.
kicking and screaming.
No 3-pointers. Bobby, it's 1999. We're gonna feed the big man. Point guard, 2 points, 10 assists. That's all I want from you. That's all I want.
You tell Isaiah Thomas that too. That's the crazy shit about that.
And get you
man.
drafted.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for another great episode. I appreciate you guys, man. Y'all with your insight. Anybody got something they want to plug? You got something?
Yeah, for sure. It's your man Prez Art checking in. First of all, I want to shout out my brothers. You know, they are those guys. They them guys. You know what I mean? So salute to y'all, brothers. Keep doing y'all thing. As far as me, I'd appreciate everybody go right now and stream, download, share Prestiges on all streaming platforms by your boy Prez Art. 14 bangers. I've been told it was a classic, but I mean, once y'all take a listen, you can let me know. Greatness said it was, you know. So I'm
And I
take that and
listen to
run with
everything
it.
great to say.
You should.
And yeah, and don't forget to follow us on TikTok and YouTube. And you know, check my man out because he got some hits. Alan, you got something for us, man?
All I got to say is if y'all in the Chicago area, Chicagoland area, the south suburbs, you want some good jerk food, go reach out to my guy, Creep at Family's Jerk.
We appreciate y'all. Just keep following us. We're going to keep coming with that heat.
Out.
Peace.
Uh-huh.